So it's no secret that we have been discovered here in North Idaho. Today in this video, we're going to be discussing how the real estate in North Idaho is not that cheap anymore. So if you want to learn all about moving to North Idaho, the real estate market, you need to stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Wilkey.
Conor Hammons.
Ben Greenslip.
Lexi Witherwax. Kelsey Ream.
Hey, we're the Live in CDA team, and we do so many videos about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play right here in North Idaho. If that's the information you want, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we are getting people calling us who are relocating and moving here every single day, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving, relocating anywhere in North Idaho or Washington, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back with moving to North Idaho. So yes, the real estate is not cheap here anymore. A lot of us are, born and raised here. We've seen this really grow exponentially. We're going to be going around and talking about the different areas, some of the secret spots, what's bringing values up, some of those sneaky areas where you can get a lot of bang for your buck, and everything you need to know before moving. So Conor, let's fire it off with you, man. Your staple. What are we talking about?
We're talking CDA.
CDA, right
CDA,
where we're at.
The hub of North Idaho. Right now we're at $350 is the median house price, which a lot of people, we get a lot of calls coming in from out of state, and it really depends. It depends on where you're coming from, if they think it's affordable or not.
Right.
A lot of times, if you're California, Washington, those close to those coastal regions, you're like, man, that's just a steal of a deal.
Right.
But at the same time, we get some people relocating from the Midwest, from the South, that are like, "What can I get for $200,000 up in Coeur d'Alene?" And right now it's not much. So $350 in Coeur d'Alene. You have a lot of downtown living, and you have a lot of building going on, new construction up in the northwest part of the city. But it's been growing the last 3 years, 8 to 10% appreciation.
Sheesh.
And I don't, a lot of people are talking about when's it going to end. And with the calls we're getting, with the people relocating here, I don't know if it's going to be going down anytime soon. But yeah, that's where we're at in CDA.
We talked about it too. I mean, as we look out our windows here, we are like completely landlocked by mountains, rivers, lakes, streams. So like, we can't really sprawl out that much and build. If there is any sprawling, any new construction.
Well, that's exactly where I was going with it.
Exactly.
Post Falls, Idaho. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Medium price range is right around $300,000 right now, so a little bit more affordable over there. Post Falls is 10 minutes away from Coeur d'Alene. If you're looking new construction, that's the place to go. Conor and I worked the neighborhood there for almost 5 years together. We sold over 100 houses just in Post Falls together. When we started, I think our first sale was around $200,000, and now the cheapest one at that development is now $375. So you can see how much equity those folks have, and it's still continuing to rise. But there's Post Falls is the land of the prairie. Unlike Coeur d'Alene, unlike Hayden, that are a little bit more landlocked and can't expand, the prairie is huge, and there's a lot of new construction going up there. So if you're looking on the new end, maybe a little bit more affordable, Post Falls might be a good option for you.
Tell me kind of the benefit. Like, okay, someone's looking to get a new construction house. What's the benefit of being right there in Post Falls? I mean, do they have good schools? They close to everything?
Yeah, they have great schools. In fact, they're opening up a couple new schools over there right now. Another benefit to living in Post Falls is you're right next to the Washington border, right next to Spokane, accessible to malls and restaurants and all that sort of thing. And a lot of new construction. What's that?
I was just going to chime in. The neighborhood we worked at in Post Falls, a lot of people loved it. Like you were saying, proximity to I-90, you can get over to Spokane. A lot of people in North Idaho work over across the border in Washington. Spokane's, a lot of commerce over there, a bigger city. And so when you're talking about commuter times and quickness to the freeway to get over across the border, that's what people were loving. Post Falls.
Don't always think of Post Falls as the prairie, though. Let's talk about, if we gonna head towards the river. I mean, and across the river, that's some of the most like sneaky properties you'll find, and for a great price. Why don't you kind of mention the stuff you'll find across the river?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, on one side you do have the farmland and the prairie, on the other side you have the Spokane River, and the hills and the mountains, and it's lush and green and still very affordable. So you're right. There is some sneaky spots where you can score a really good deal close to the water. There's a lot of good breweries, cool restaurants. It's a different vibe the farther south you go.
Yeah, so right tucked by the river, you're going to have, those restaurants, shops, bars. You cross over, there's some killer beaches to go swimming. And then you get onto that backside over there, and there's literally like farms, ranches, giant elk herds all over. It can get you, back roads over to Spokane, back roads right into Coeur d'Alene, and there's a lot of unique properties, either riverfront or farm ranch land, and it's way more affordable over there. But we got to get to my favorite neck of the woods, the greatest place here, Hayden. Let's talk about Hayden.
So Hayden's a little bit more expensive, partly due to Hayden Lake and the country club, two areas that I also grew up loving. So median price point in Hayden's about $369 right now. I feel like Hayden just doesn't get all the credit that it deserves.
Right.
It's such a beautiful
area.
I mean,
this guy
I'm confident.
This guy ranked it number 1.
I'm with you. I've spent much of my life living in Hayden.
Right.
I just love the area east of 95, that way, north of town. It's a little quieter. The city of Hayden is small, but very cute, and they have some adorable little baby parades that I
So
love, because it's like three vehicles or whatever. But two pretty awesome golf courses, some beautiful property up by Lancaster. Same thing, ranches, lots of beautiful pine trees. I just love that.
Now,
area.
let's say you want to get to Hayden. It's the perfect area for your family, but stretching to that 400, 500, 600K isn't going to work for you. You got to stay in the threes. Is there some areas there that you can really stretch that buck, but you're close to all that?
Yeah, there are some areas. It's a little bit tougher, I think, in Hayden to stay in the low 300s, but it can be done. There are some neighborhoods closer to town. I think as you get further out towards Lancaster, most of the properties are bigger, and so by that they're just going to be more expensive. But there are some.
Yeah,
Emerald Estates.
So there's Emerald Estates and Pineview. Emerald's the one I grew up my entire life. Those are established. They were actually the first neighborhoods there. So that's where you're going to find quarter acre, lots of, up to quarter acre and giant old growth trees, and then, parks in the center. So from there, if you want to buy something new and you can stretch that dollar, you want brand new construction. Let's talk about the price points, what they get in some of those areas, like the Rock and R, and we're dealing with.
Yeah, Rock and R, and even if you lately on the east side, the west side of 95, Hayden North. So coming off Lancaster, there's some prairie land in Hayden that they're building new construction on, and that's more
actually really affordable.
There's some builders in there that you can get in the 300s. But if you're looking Rock and R and a little north, where Aspen Homes and Rosenberger are building, which are some prominent builders. Those price points are creeping up to the 500-600s. Big homes,
huge homes,
multi-level, big garages,
large lots.
Walk me through one of those houses.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the quintessential like Northwest style home. Hardy plank siding, a lot of rock timber,
triple fascia.
Yeah, a lot of bonus rooms. A lot of them are multi-level, big garages. No shops in there, but.
The Rocking R, I think you can have shops. There's a couple shops in there, but not the new ones.
Not the newer part. But a lot of 3-car tandem, 4-car deep garages, and it's just walking paths, little parks. Really cool neighborhood vibe.
So we're definitely starting to grow. 8 to 10% appreciation. That's good news, for anybody coming. And may have to venture out shortly after, and the residents that are here, we've seen this thing just absolutely explode lately. Maybe another like sneaky pocket. Let's go like Coeur d'Alene, people. That's the hub. Talk about maybe a couple different areas and what you can get, better bang for your buck.
Yeah, so we've talked the major three, right? Hayden, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls. North of Post Falls, you have Rathdrum. That's pretty similar to. Rathdrum's pretty similar to Post Falls in terms of price point. You're right, just over $300,000. There's a lot of new construction going on up there, affordable new construction. The school district up there is renowned. People really like the schools up in Lakeland School District. But you get Rathdrum, you get north of Rathdrum where you're heading into Spirit Lake, Twin Lakes, Athol area. your dollar stretches quite a bit further, especially if you're looking for acreage property. And that's where a lot of people are migrating north when they're wanting to spread their arms out a little bit. And you can find some sneaky spots with some good value up there.
So we definitely know these areas. In fact, Benny Boy's from Bonners Ferry, so almost from Canada down, we know every single inch of this area. So the important part is figuring out your lifestyle, what you got to get here for, whether it's work, enjoyment. We want to keep you close to that. The only way that we find your perfect spot is you got to reach out to us. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to North Idaho. So we will see you on the next video.